The chapel felt suspended in time. Flowers lined the aisle, musicians tuned their instruments, and the scent of anticipation mixed with fresh roses. My phone vibrated in my hand, and I assumed it was a relative running late. Instead, my sister's message exploded across the screen like a verdict. Calm down. No one's coming. We're going to. The sentence ended abruptly, yet the damage was complete. My throat tightened. The room felt colder, as though the walls themselves were judging me. Every empty chair suddenly carried more weight than the guests who were supposed to fill them. I wasn't nervous anymore. I was abandoned before I even reached the altar. My wedding didn't start with vows. It started with betrayal. Childhood prepared me for this moment long before the text arrived. Favors, praise, and affection flowed toward my sister like a river that never dried. I learned early that I existed to fill silence, not to receive acknowledgement. If I achieved something, it disappeared under her shadow. She didn't need to speak loudly. Our parents amplified her. My successes were labeled accidental, my struggles exaggerated into proof of inadequacy. On my wedding day, she didn't sabotage out of impulse. She acted from a lifetime of entitlement she believed was earned. Her message wasn't just a warning, it was a continuation of a script she never allowed me to rewrite. The wedding wasn't her target. My identity was. I stepped outside hoping to see cars turning into the parking lot. Nothing. The wind rustled the programs placed carefully on each seat, making the rows appear like a ghost audience. The photographer lowered his camera, confused. The florist avoided my eyes, rearranging flowers that didn't need fixing. I walked past the chairs, counting spaces where my people should have been. Each empty seat was louder than applause could ever be. My fiancé squeezed my shoulder, asking quietly if everyone was delayed. I wished that were true. But the silence wasn't accidental, it was orchestrated. The absence was too perfect, too coordinated. This wasn't a mishap. It was a message, and I was the only one present to read it. My best friend burst in, face pale, phone trembling in her hand. She didn't speak at first. She just showed me her screen. A family group chat, one I wasn't part of, spilled messages like venom. My sister bragged about planning a rival event, complete with music, food, and matching outfits. My name appeared repeatedly, followed by mocking comments about overreacting emotionally. Someone wrote that watching me stand alone would be the highlight. They even debated whether my fiancé would flee once he saw the empty seats. It wasn't negligence. It wasn't miscommunication. It was strategy. Every detail was calculated to wound. My humiliation was their entertainment. What stunned me most wasn't the cruelty, it was the collaboration. My fiancé approached me calmly, as though the chaos swirling around us couldn't penetrate his certainty. He didn't mention the empty chairs or the missing guests. He simply asked if I still wanted to marry him. My voice shook, but my answer didn't. The pastor offered alternatives, another date, another venue, but postponement felt like surrender. We stood before the altar, facing no audience but each other. When we spoke our vows, they echoed in a room that lacked applause yet felt sacred. Our words weren't decorations for relatives to admire. They were commitments carved out of adversity. In that moment, I understood something priceless. A wedding is a ceremony. A marriage is a choice. Only one had truly begun. Cake crumbs still clung to the plates when my phone rang. My mother's voice dripped with fabricated innocence. She claimed there had been confusion about the time, insisted they were on the way, and blamed my sister for miscommunication. Her excuses came polished, practiced, and hollow. She didn't ask how the ceremony went. She didn't ask how I felt. Her priority was distancing herself from accountability. I didn't argue. I listened, not because her explanation mattered, but because experience had taught me something crucial. Apologies without ownership are just noise. She wanted absolution without honesty. I finally understood that I had spent years trying to earn love that was never offered freely. The call ended, and so did my denial. Time has a strange way of confirming truths. Months after the wedding, my career expanded, clients multiplied, and stability replaced anxiety. Invitations arrived, not from family but